Welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm your host, Pete Mezzetti. My guest this evening is Jen Malaguti, who's with the Bushy Nature Center and Incarnation Center. Jen, welcome. How are you?
I'm great, Pete. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming down. So, Jen, tell us a little bit about yourself and what role you play with Bushy Hill.
Sure. So I am the director of Bushy Hill, the Nature Center in that department. And I am also now running the Steward Outdoor Day School for local day students to come by too.
Oh, cool. And from what I understand, and I'm not going to make you cry, you took over from a friend of ours.
Well, he and I worked together, and we've been together all this time. What's that?
And he left us. Just left us both via text message.
Yes. Last time I got broken up with by somebody, texting didn't exist. So it was extra heartbreaking. Right. Just to clarify, Brendan and I were not together. I know a lot of kids used to think we were happily married.
Oh, absolutely.
But he was my partner for 8 years here. We were, best buds, hung out every single day and created what we have here today together. And so, my first week back in without him, I will admit that I cried probably every day. So, but I'm better now.
Oh, absolutely. I was gonna say him and I coached JV football together at Morgan. So those JV football games on Saturday morning bus rides all over the state, it's like you sort of get to know somebody all over the
for sure
throughout the years. And then he coached lacrosse, and I helped out with that. And then him and I spent many Saturdays and weekends together. It's like then you get a message that he took another job and he moved. It's like
I know. Really? I mean, you got to be happy for him. He's near his siblings. He gets to watch his nieces grow up. You can't fault the guy, but
no, of course not.
And he can lean on, I guess, the excuse of COVID made it so he couldn't say goodbye. But
sure. But
your sweatshirt there, you're making me feel like he's in the room with us.
I know. I actually wear this to work every day and have it on the back of my chair. So I'm like, you know what? I got to bring the sweatshirt with me tonight to the studio. So Jen, tell us a little bit about how COVID has affected what's going on with Bushy Hill.
Yeah. So, a year ago, we all came back. We were on this big training trip down for ACA for our accreditation stuff. And we got back and COVID hit, we got back Thursday night, the next day, everything shut down. And so it hit us hard. We lost all of our conference groups that would come. We weren't allowed to run our overnight camp program last year. So Incarnation is the big picture here, and Bushy Hill's a department of it. Sure. Thankfully, we were able to figure out, and the governor allowed us to run our day camp programs. Okay. So Bushy Hill and Pequot Sherwood Day Camp, typically it's our sister camp. We usually run separately. Last summer we ran together and did a combined camp. And I have to shout out to all of our families that were patient with us, and we're so incredibly grateful to them for sticking with us through it. We had an incredibly successfully safe summer last year, and we learned a lot from that. So without having the overnight camp and without having our conference groups, it has really given us a financial hit here pretty hard. Right. But in the fall, when the kids were going back to school, we helped support the hybrid programs and the remote learners and stuff. We were able to open our doors because of being able to run camp so successfully. We knew that we could keep the kids safe while they were here for that too. And so that's kind of it in a nutshell. And then a positive that kind of came out of all of it is while the Nature Center has been closed, we've been able to explore this new school that I'm running now. So the Steward Outdoor School, we've had that as a semester, middle school residential semester school for the last 3 years. But we've talked about expanding it to becoming a day school for local kiddos. And COVID, gave us that opportunity because things slowed down so much. We were able to focus on, oh, hey, let's bring that out now and let's do that now. And there's a need for it. And so we started in January a whole new school. So that's us in a nutshell in the last year. And thankfully, we can have all 3 camps this summer, overnight camp, and both day camps will run separately. And so we're very excited for that.
Yeah, but from what I understand, the other thing that COVID affected is you guys aren't maple sugaring this year.
Yes. I know. You know what? I should have given you a call like 2 weeks ago, because with the school, with the Stewart students, I've got 5 students in my class. They're
Yep.
grades 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Yep.
And part of the curriculum is sugaring. So while we didn't open up the whole sugar shack,
Yeah.
I did tell the kids, I'm going to teach you the process, but we did it the old fashioned way. And so I don't know, Brendan, that was his baby. That was his thing.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly can't replace him,
No.
But kids and I collected probably about 20 gallons of sap from 3 trees here on property. We threw them in a big pot and put it over the coals of the open fire, and we boiled it. We didn't scorch it.
Good thing.
Brendan would say, "You're not a true sugarer unless you burn a pan." And so we didn't scorch it, but we boiled it past syrup, not quite to maple sugar. So it's almost a sugar candy.
Okay.
It has a maple flavor, and we didn't burn it. So I told the kids the experiment worked.
There you go. How'd it come out?
It was like I guess like a molassesy kind of thickness, sort of. I can't even describe it. Very toffee-like.
All right.
So, I thought it tasted good.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, there's always the next year.
Exactly. Next year. And we are looking forward to that in Georgia.
Yep.
I don't know if you've ever met Georgia.
No.
But she runs our farm and oversees our preschool program in the summer and is one of our program teachers. You know how it is over here at Bushy Hill. We all wear many hats. And
Yes.
so Georgia is excited to take on the Sugar Shack next year. And she's got big plans. And so you have to meet her. And I don't know if you like farm animals, but if you do, you can come down and do some chicken art with her. We get the chickens out there painting with our participants and stuff.
Oh, cool.
I know it sounds weird, but it's fun.
Oh, cool. So what for the summer camp for this year, for this season, what's it going to look like?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm blown away already. So clearly the kids need it, because at Bushy Hill right now, I'm significantly further ahead than I am typically at this year for our day camp program. So let's say I have normally, 200 kids signed up at this point. This year I've got 400 signed up already. So it's, so it's great. The Seedlings, which is our preschool program for ages 4 and 5, those guys were already on a wait list. We figured out a way to open up more space for them, so we were able to expand our program. And so I guess another benefit of COVID is that we've needed to expand our summer camp programming and stuff. So this summer, if people are looking to send their kids to Bushy Hill, I'll tell you right now, like we're getting full. We're over 50% full for the summer at this point. So they should definitely reach out soon, get their deposit in to hold their spot. They don't necessarily have to pay it up front, but just they can do the deposit and hold a spot for their kiddos. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Actually, last time I was up on the property with Brendan, he gave me the tour, but we were riding around in one of his vehicles.
In the Gator.
Yeah.
He loves the Gator. I'm like, Brendan, he'll drive that around in the middle of winter and be like, I'm going to give a tour, and it's like 20 degrees out. I'm like, hey, how about you get a van instead? Like, put the people inside something so they don't like freeze to death while you're giving them the tour. But he likes to cruise around in that thing. So you have to come out and go for a hike. You only saw half the property.
I did.
Yeah. Did he take you down to the lake?
Yes,
I love that lake.
we did.
I love it. It's clean. There's no motorboats on it. It's private. So that's another difference between us and other camps is our lake it's owned, like it's a mile-long lake. It's spring-fed. We own the lake. We own the property all around the lake. So it's really nice and private and secure. So you'll have to come hike there sometime.
Now, as far as after the summer is over and summer camp is over, Are you guys a year-round operation?
Yeah. So now that like COVID, with the vaccines and everything coming out,
Right.
we're really hopeful that things will return to a semi-normal schedule for us at least. Obviously, we have new protocols in place for safety and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, summer camp ends and the Bushy Hill department never stops. I guess December is when we sleep. So
Exactly.
we jump right into school programs, and typically in a typical year, we'll have schools coming to us for field trips or anywhere from our Indigenous studies programs where they get to, we hand around tools, different artifacts that are replicas of different Native American tools and things from, hundreds of years ago, and let the kids feel and touch and use these things. To, our ropes course, our high and low ropes course. We have our ponds for our wetlands programs, the farm. So schools will come to us. And then in the winter, it kind of quiets down a little bit. So we get to breathe.
Yeah, right.
And then sugar season starts up, and that's just, it's go, go, go nonstop for, a month.
Right.
And then by the time, like right now, where we'd be picking up sugar season, we'd be starting to clean the pans and everything, put things away. And we go right into like April vacation camp. We'll have a week there. School programs would normally start picking up again. So this spring, it's relatively quiet just because the schools still are recovering and stuff. But we anticipate next year that we hope to have our schools back and visiting again. And so it stays busy here all year. Yeah. People don't realize it. They don't realize it.
Absolutely. Jen, would you mind sticking around for another segment?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be right back.
Smart TVs and streaming services have taken over the television industry. VSC TV is proud to announce our presence on Apple TV and Roku to make watching your favorite shows even easier. You can access this service by downloading the Cablecast ScreenWeave app. Then choose Valley Shore Community TV from the list of channels. Select VSC TV Live to watch our channel in full HD. Or pick a show from our on-demand video library. VSC TV is your local Connecticut Midshore Valley digital connection.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm your host, Pete Mezzetti, sitting here with Jen Malaguti from Bushy Hill Nature Center. Jen, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Jen, we were talking a little bit about the first segment about the new program that you guys have with the Stewart Outdoor School. Can we talk about that maybe a little bit more in detail?
Yeah, I'm super excited about this. This is like a dream come true for me. So the Stewart Outdoor School started a few years back as a residential middle school, semester school. So the kiddos would come to us for a semester, and they go out on trips, depending on the semester, if it's fall or the spring, the curriculum will be guided that way. But they'll go out on trips. So example, in the fall, they go up to Acadia within the first week, and they spend a week up in Acadia, Maine, camping and exploring and learning by just immersing themselves into nature and into the different science labs that are offered up there at some of their nature centers. They go out kayaking and they, explore the forests and stuff. They come back, they're here on our property for a bit. Another trip, they might go biking through the Cape and stuff, again, for a few days and everything. So that's, and then within that, there's a lot of science and math and literacy going on day to day with the residential kiddos. This year, I got to open the Stewart Outdoor Day School, which was like kind of the long-term plan. So we started with the middle school, and then we said, oh, well, at some point we're going to open an elementary school that would be a day school. And so it's outdoor education. We spend the majority of our days outside. I do have a classroom space. Certain things do need to be done in a classroom space. But like days like today where it was really cold, we did a lot of indoor stuff. But, you know, last week when it was gorgeous, we took our notebooks, we went and sat by the teepee pond and we wrote haikus and acrostic poems. We brought our reading books out there. And that was how we ended our day. The day began with us planting our seeds. We have a big gardening unit coming up and sustainability unit coming up that we're studying. And so the kids are doing all of the stuff that you would do in a traditional classroom, but they're actually doing it. They're not reading about it, or, you know, they're immersed into it. And so it's very hands-on, you know, a lot of different performance-based activities for them to do. So it's it's just, I'm very excited about it. And we've got 5 students right now that started the semester with us, and I'm grateful to them and their families. And I can't wait for next year. And we've already got some of the younger kids looking to sign up with us. So if you know, if folks are looking for, you know, something a little bit different than that traditional classroom space where they're still learning a lot of the same stuff, the standards that guide the public schools, I use those to guide our curriculum here. So they're all still on the same levels as their peers in other school systems, but it's just presented in a different manner. We're outdoors as much as possible. Like all of us, the kids and I today, were like, where'd that beautiful weather go? Because we really want to take our classroom outside. And so, and it's nice because we have, like I said, we have the 740 acres here. So it's a classroom without walls. And the lake, we can study the lake. We can take all of those science experiments and really delve into it and go in more and deeper with it with the kids.
As a matter of fact, when Brandon and I were up there, last time we were up there together, and we were riding around on the gator together, he showed me the zip line.
He probably didn't share with you that I got up on the platform and I sat there for about half an hour crying because I couldn't jump off of it.
No, but he promised me, he was like, next time I have you up here, Mezzetti, we're going to get you on that zip line. I'm like,
oh gosh,
okay.
well, yeah, anytime. Okay. You come up. I will not go up there, but I will cheer you on from the ground. I'm really good at belaying people. I keep you safe and tight on your line. You will not fall if I'm belaying you.
All right. That works.
You come up. We got people that are running it. So yeah, anytime.
Absolutely. So what else is Bushy Hill up to?
Yeah. So right now we're getting everything ready for camp. The conference groups are getting together. Georgia down at the farm, she's been working with the animals and socializing them. Some of the kids in the steward school last semester were working on training our donkeys. And I don't know if you know much about donkeys, but they tend to not cooperate. so they tend to be a little stubborn sometimes. And so the kids, though, they got them to lift their their hooves on command. They would bow their heads down to them and stuff. So she's been doing a lot of training with the animals. The chicken art, I'm telling you, it's so funny because she'll spread out this tarp and put like little blobs of paint on it, and the chickens come running. The minute they see the tarp come out, they come running. They love walking through it and walking on your canvases and stuff. And it's hysterical, let me tell you. And so we've got that going on. We are, the nature center itself is kind of on hold with workshops and things for right now, just to get through getting everybody vaccinated and stuff. But if people are interested and they want to come in and check out the nature center or meet any of the animals, they're welcome to give us a call or just shoot us an email and set up an appointment, and we'll do it by appointment. Our hiking trails, like I mentioned, we have the 740 acres. All our hiking trails are open to the public. We do, and that's an annual thing. We do close down every June 1st and all the way through September 1st, because that's when camp is in session and we've got all the kids on property. So to keep everybody safe, we ask that the public doesn't come during the summer, but the rest of the year, dawn to dusk, the property's open. Our buildings are currently closed again because of COVID, but the trails are open. And I gotta say, like, it's been really great seeing more people out hiking and exploring and just living that healthy lifestyle of realizing that you don't need to be afraid of the forest. The forest is actually our friend. So So yes, there's a lot of hiking going on right now. And right now, actually, with the mud and everything, perfect time to go looking for tracks and stuff too. So, which is really exciting.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys are a very busy nature center.
You know, I'm sure there's more we do, and I'm just not even telling you. George is probably sitting in the other room listening, being like, "Why didn't you tell him about this? Why didn't you tell him about that?"
Yeah, right. Probably.
We're just so busy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think one of these days, Pete Mezzetti has to come up.
I would very much like that. I would very much like that anytime. And George is around on Saturdays, so we're here right now. Currently, Sunday's the only day that we're not manned with anybody. But if you come around, or if you shoot us an email and say, "Hey, I'm coming up on this day," we'll make sure one of us is here to give you a tour, and we'll find somebody to get you up on that zip line for sure.
I was gonna say if I come up one of these days, maybe I'll bring a camera with me.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. You got to wear that sweatshirt though. That's the only way you're allowed up there.
Actually, I might have to. I was gonna actually ask you. I might need another one because this one's starting to fray and fall apart.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Well, let's see. Wait till the summer. Let's see what we get in for merchandise in the summer. Or I got a long sleeve shirt. I can give you that too.
Okay.
So we'll get you all bushy heeled up.
We'll bill it to Brendan.
Yes. Definitely.
We'll send the bill to him. So if people don't know, and we're going to talk about Brendan Highland, if people don't know, who was Brendan Highland and what type of guy was he like? Obviously, you know what he was like. I know what he was like, but many people don't know what he was like. Describe Brendan Highland
So first up, he's still alive, everybody.
Right. Absolutely.
Still around.
He's still around.
He's terrible at texting. He does not get back to people. He breaks up with his friends over text, apparently.
Yes.
But he's an amazing guy, and that's why we can joke so much about him. Because
absolutely.
He was my partner for years. He's so smart, and he's funny, and he's creative and athletic, and
right.
just I don't know, I don't know. Well, when he gets fuzzy with his beard and his crazy hair, like he looks like a bear coming out of the woods.
Absolutely.
And you feel like you could just give him a hug. So he's a jack of all trades, and we miss having him here. He was the summer camp director for the last couple of years.
Yep.
And he was my assistant director with me here, and he just helped build all the programs that we have. He's a great educator. So he's doing good things. He's up in Massachusetts now. He's a park ranger. So, keeping the public and the land safe like only Brendan Highland can do.
Oh boy, oh boy. As a matter of fact, speaking of the land and public space, one of my regular guests on the show is Eric Hammerling from the Connecticut Forest and Park Association, who I'm sure you're aware of.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I've done, we've done a couple of programs. I've gone to some of their programs, so I can expand my learning and stuff. So my background is in education as well. I actually grew up through the Bushy Hill program. I'm old enough to be one of the first classes of Bushy Hill campers to have gone through. So I grew up all through this, and then I went off and I taught in public ed for about 15 years. I was away, and then I came back to join the team here and expand it and stuff. And so, like I said, I'm so excited because not only do I love biology and science and nature, but I love this place in particular. There's just something so special about Incarnation Center and Bushy Hill. Yeah. And now I get to also open a school and just bring all of that together. So it's just, and like I said, Brendan and I had a lot of dreams that I'm starting to see happen now that he and I dreamt up together. So, so you've got his sweatshirt, I've got his desk.
Oh, you have his
all his ideas.
Okay, you have his desk in his office. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I got.
I was going to say I actually know where his office is because when he brought me in, he actually showed me his office.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
well, you'll see my desk in there. It's across from his, and yeah.
So we got a little bit more time left. So what else do we want to talk about as far as the summer camps go and maybe some of the programs?
Yeah, sure. So I'll just run through the different programs that we have real quick.
We got
for
about
summer
90
camp.
seconds, so.
There's 90 seconds. Okay, so we have the Seedlings program, which is for preschoolers.
Okay.
And that is ages 4 and 5.
Okay.
And they do not swim in our lake. I'll just clarify that with folks. And then day camp, our day camp program is for elementary age students. And then for the teens, we have Bushy Mountain Teen Camp, which is kind of an extension of our day camp program. And then we have the Scout Wilderness Survival Camp, where you're learning wilderness skills and such. And that's again for the teenagers. And then our CIT program is where you're learning to become a counselor in training and learning to kind of change your view from camper to more of a staff member. So those are that's camp in a nutshell. And Seedlings is close to being on waitlist for every session. What used to be session 3, I can't remember what number it is now, for day camp, is getting full fast. It's right in the middle of summer. So if folks are looking to go to camp in the middle of summer, they need to sign up soon.
Exactly. And if people want more information on Bushy Hill, where can they go?
Sure. So we have our Facebook page, the Bushy Hill Nature Center Facebook page. They can go to bushyhill.org. And then if people are interested in the new Stewart Outdoor Day School, they can go to stewartoutdoordayschool.org as well. All of the programs that we have here are listed on the Incarnation website as well, which is incarnation.org.
Cool.
Oh, sorry, incarnationcenter.org.
Cool.
So,
Jen Melgarty from the Bushy Hill Nature Center, thanks for some time, and we'll see you again soon.
thank you so much. It was great seeing you.
Thanks, Jen. You too. On behalf of Jen Melgarty, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks, good night, and we'll see you next time.